Alright, peace, 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 peace. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, so this is going to be a reading, and without further ado, let's definitely jump into it. Looking at your chart, the most interesting thing I see is the fact that your rising or ascendant sign is in Libra. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm not completely aware of your level of understanding when it comes to astrology, but looking at chart and considering that you're an Aquarius, but your moon also being in the ninth house, I do gain an awareness and understanding that you are a very philosophical and spiritual person. Um, but Aquarius is a sign that more deals with knowledge and information and the accumulation of that information. So, Aquarius is the researchers as well. So there is most definitely a possibility that you have a deep, not even deep, but a greater awareness of astrology than most people possibly. And it's like Aquarius, it actually is associated with the science of astrology because it's a sign that's like alien. You feel me? We think of Aquarius and we associate it with like things like individuality, originality, you feel what I'm saying? Inspirationality, you feel what I'm saying? So Aquarius is most definitely an outside the box type of sign, you feel what I'm saying? Um, but anyways, kind of lost my train of thought there. But back to what I was saying about the ascendant in Libra. So yeah, your ascendant is in Libra. Now, the ascendant, the rising sign, or the first house, as it's commonly known, is a placement. It's actually a house. It's the first house. Being the first house, it deals with the I, the one, the self, the me. And so this is the department, this is the department of life that deals with you personally. So it's kind of like the results of your personal life. And so how do I explain? For me, I feel like the best, it also, other things the ascendant deals with, it deals with like your body, and the ways in which you dress your body, I guess we can say, you feel me? The ascendant, it ultimately also deals with like just energies that are like personal to you. Um, I hope that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But it's ultimately the person, the house that deals with personal life. So I guess another channel of explanation I can take is that right, we have the first house, but then we also have the fourth house, and it's like um, your moon. My bad, your sun. Your sun is in your fourth house, and so the fourth house is a house that deals with the domestic life. It deals with the home. You feel me? It deals with your family. It deals with things that happen behind doors. You feel me? But yeah, that's what the fourth house ultimately is. It's also like the environment. It's like the environment of the upbringing, childhood, but also just the environment of the home in general. And so with your ascendant, with your ascendant being in Libra, but your fourth house being in Aquarius, we'll get into that later. But I was trying to compare and contrast to further explain like the first house, you know what I'm saying? So compared to like the fourth house, so these two houses square each other. So the fourth house, as I explained, is the home that deals with the domestic life, the family, the home life, etc. And so it's like the first house more deals with you personally, and so these can be things that you're into, things that you're into, or possibly even things that just naturally come to you. These are things that are like personal to you. So this can even be like a personal goal or desire that you want to work on, and that's important to you. But it's like you may bring it to the family, and it may be opposed or disregarded. You feel what I'm saying? Or because a square is a process where learning is asked to take place. So it's like you on your behalf may need to do learning in the sense of like your experiences with your family, or they may have to expand themselves further and like better understand you to get on board, with like your desired personal goal, if that makes sense. And that's like the first house and the fourth house. I guess I elaborated because I wasn't sure, because it is kind of confusing, the first house. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the first house. And so with this house, when it's in Libra, you become a type of individual who's very fixated and orientated towards others. You feel me? You may manifest as a like person, a people pleaser. You feel what I'm saying? And so with the Libra energy, like this can even be like indecisiveness. So ultimately, the first house deals with the I am, the I, the me. But when it's in the sign Libra, it's the sign of marriage. So it's like you may find yourself sometimes like even extending, your power and your individuality outwardly into to others. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like like that is backwards. When like you don't take accountability and responsibility for your life like that, but you allow, in a sense, others to, like relationships even, to like sway your personal reality. You feel what I'm saying? Your personal reality. And so I feel like when Libra is here, these are individuals that are very much influenced by other people, and it's important that they learn how to like balance, I guess we can even say, the influence between the outside world and the inside world. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so in the first house, Libra, another thing is that like, no, you know what, I think I've said pretty much the things I needed to say. The things I needed. It's like also, there can be a possibility where it's like you give your power to like to another person. What I'm saying, like I feel like relationship is very highlighted with Libra ascendant. But anyways, then we have your sun, which is an Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign that deals with like knowledge and understanding. If what I'm saying, it's all about knowing, and this affirmation is I know. If what I'm saying, and Libra's affirmation, by the way, is I balance. But yeah, Aquarius, it's all about the accumulation and the acquiring of knowledge. And this is because when you think of Aquarius, you should know that Aquarius is a sign that's air, it's fixed air specifically. And so with Aquarius being fixed air, what this means is that, so air deals with the intellect, it deals with the mind, it deals with thoughts. You feel what I'm saying? It deals, communication, association, even. You feel what I'm saying? Relations, like, relations more than, like relationships even. Like Libra is the sign of relationships, by the way. And I forgot to mention this, but with your ascendant being in Libra, this would indicate that Venus is your chart ruler, and Venus is the planet of relationships. You feel what I'm saying? And with Venus being your chart ruler, it's an indication that like your life, a lot of it is swayed by relationships and partnerships. You feel what I'm saying? And Venus is in Pisces, and we'll get into Venus when we get into Venus. But I was speaking on Aquarius just now. You feel what I'm saying? I was speaking on Aquarius just now. And so, Aquarius, was I speaking on Aquarius? I think I was. But so that's one thing about the Aquarius energy. It's very alien, it's very outside of the box, you feel what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, it's fixed air. And so with it being fixed air, this is like an accumulation of knowledge, so like Aquarius rules like libraries, databases. Aquarius even rules the internet, and Aquarius alongside Uranus, which is Aquarius's co-ruler, Aquarius also rules electronics and technology, you feel what I'm saying, but it also rules the internet, you feel what I'm saying. And so Aquarius is a sign that deals with network. It deals with like the systems within the air. So things like radio frequencies, even, you feel what I'm saying. Things that like travel through the air is very Aquarian, you feel what I'm saying. But so with that being said, the way that it manifests practically, of course, is through technologies. You feel me? But it also manifests through Aquarius's association with people. It rules groups of people. It rules tribes. You feel me? It rules like, yeah, groups of people and tribes. But Aquarius is the sign that also rules man in general. So man and woman, of course. But you know, like humans are ruled under the sign Aquarius. So what this all means is that Aquarius. What about Aquarius? Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, so what this all means is that Aquarius tends to attract to itself either harmonies or disharmonies when it comes to like the social life. You feel what I'm saying? Aquarius is typically seen as a social sign, but it's the least. Aquarius is the least personal sign, so they're not. So they don't really care much about relationships. Libra more cares about relationships. Aquarius kind of just cares about like the truths and facts of life. You feel me? Like it either is this way or it isn't that way. You feel what I'm saying? And Aquarius is yeah, you know, and because of that, they're also ruled by Saturn. You know, Saturn is a very serious planet, and because of that, you know, Aquarius is can be more like direct and like possibly even like quiet and more to themselves. You feel what I'm saying? But also, I also want to bring this up as well. The sign Aquarius, you know, it also is known for being altruistic. Altruism, that is, being and having the ability to be selfless and doing a favor for another person even when you're not going to benefit from it, you know. Like humanitarianism, I guess, is another word to use. You know what I'm saying? So they are very selfless like that. They can be very kind, but it's like Aquariuses may have this tendency of being kinder to strangers than to their neighbors. Like once an Aquarius knows someone, like I think you heard that knock, but anyways, I guess it's no one. Yeah, you know, so that's the Aquarius energy. So then you have your sun. It's also in the fourth house. So the fourth house is the home. I already explained what it is earlier, right? And so, like I said earlier, Aquarius is a sign that deals with like. It's a sign that deals with more like the outside world. It deals with people, like strangers, and going and networking and dealing with the world, you know. But then like the fourth house is a home that deals with the home. You know, it's a house that deals with the home. And so you may be one of those Aquariuses who may be more gravitated towards being a homebody and staying at home. And you may rather prefer that like your social gatherings take place in your home or like a place that's familiar even, you know. And then not to mention that you also have like your moon in the ninth house, but more importantly your moon in Cancer. You know what I'm saying? And so like with your moon being in Cancer, this further expands your domesticness. And so when I say domestic, I mean like when you think of like someone who's more attuned with their feminine, someone who's more passive and submissive, and someone who is okay with like extending their heart and taking care of someone and nurturing someone and looking after the weak and the helpless type energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very much the Cancerian energy, but it's like I said earlier, Cancer rules. My bad, Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so with Cancer being ruled by the moon, you feel what I'm saying? Ultimately, and your moon being in Cancer, your emotions are amplified. 5. You feel what I'm saying? You are a very emotional person. You feel things deeply. And it's like, it's not only because your moon is in Cancer, but you also have your Venus in Pisces. And so Venus, it more deals with the feelings, you feel what I'm saying? So like feeling good, like because you went out and you got some drinks, if you do that, or you smoked some weed, or like you're just, I don't know, like feeling good, but I feel like feeling, because feeling and emotions, they're not particularly the same thing, in the sense that like feelings, they are more associated with the fire signs, but then like emotions are more associated with the water signs. You feel what I'm saying? Emotions are more internally, it's more depressive or repressive. It's more of an inside thing. But then feelings, they're more of a animation, an external expression. You feel what I'm saying? And of course, there's a thin line between the two of them, because when we talk of Venus and the moon, like the moon is exalted in Taurus, but Taurus is ruled by Venus. So they have a connection. You feel me? The moon and Venus. And so yeah, feelings and emotions. But it's like with you having your Venus in a water sign, in Pisces, Venus is exalted here. So that means you're a hopeless romantic. You love love, and you can be a sucker for love. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like Pisces is a sign that is very spiritual. So it'd be of great value for you to integrate spirituality within your relationships. You feel what I'm saying? And gain that greater awareness that is like, because Pisces is a sign that also deals with the unconscious mind. It's a sign that deals with healing. It's a sign that deals with belief. So I feel like all these different things, like healing, beliefs, are very integrated when it comes to your experience in relationships. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's in Venus and Pisces. So negatively, Venus and Pisces can be delusional in love. You feel what I'm saying? But positively speaking, they can exude the highest and even purest forms of love. They know how to love unconditionally. You feel what I'm saying? With that Venus and Pisces energy. But then it's like, let's go back to your moon. So your moon is in the 9th house. So with your moon being in the 9th house, it's important that you find ways to expand like your philosophy and your awareness and understanding of life. You feel what I'm saying? And so like this can even be like you further diving into meditations, because we're talking about Cancer here. And we're talking about the moon as well. And so both the moon and Cancer, they deal with the inner world, the yin world, you feel what I'm saying? And so with that being said, and it's in the 9th house. The 9th house is a house that deals with travels, It deals with distant travels. It not only deals with physical travels, and with your 9th house being here, this can even be an indication that either you're a foreigner, or your lineage, your origin, your family are foreigners one way or another. Or you have foreign, like somewhere, because the moon, it does deal with your origins, where you came from. And then like with your sun being in the 4th house, like family is something that is very impactful for you in your life. It's something that, you gravitate much energy to. And so when I was speaking about the Libra energy in relationships, it can even be that those relationships that are heavily influential in what you want to personally do in your personal life versus what others are having you do, it can even play out through like family. And this can even be like a long distance ago, where once upon a time your family tried to control you and put restrictions upon you. Because look, Aquarius is a sign also that's known to deal with freedom, but not coincidentally, but simultaneously, it also deals with rebellion. Because sometimes to be free, you do have to rebel. You feel me? And it's like, if you desire freedom, then that means that one way or another you are in captivity. So in order for that freedom to come about, there does have to become a revolution. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yeah, Aquarius. And not only that, it's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a planet that is known to bring about fear and doubt and those types of energies. You feel what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, so it's like there can even be like the way that the family household can play out is one, it can play out in a manner where it's like there have been an accumulation of thoughts dealing with the family life that are weighing you down, or the family life has become a source of like inspiration and new and like fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, because it's what Aquarius also deals with. It deals with like inspiration and originality and like newness, new type energy. If that makes sense. Like it's also a sign that deals with networking and connecting, so and communicating. So yeah, you feel me? But like with Aquarius being in the fourth house, it can even be an indication that like your family and yeah, like your family possibly is like people you don't people you don't know. Right? It's like okay, look, so it's like not I'm like strangers. Like strangers will become your family faster than your blood family, with especially with that Libra being in the first house. It's like because when Libra is in the first house, then like the whole life energy is just flipped, and it's like one thing that happens is you may be more comfortable with like strangers and may find yourself being gravitated more towards like your soul tribe, but then having like harsh experiences with your family, like your personal, like hard experiences, right? Like just hard experiences with your family, personal or blood family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's one way that that energy can play out. But yeah, I would say ultimately this sums up and breaks down like your reading, and this is not the full reading, this was more of a like a basic fundamental understanding, you feel what I'm saying, and a greater awareness of what I may be able to bring to the table for you. But yeah, like if you're interested in this information, and would like to go deeper, then I would love to do a full reading for you, and so the full reading, it consists of it's a 2-hour video, but before the video is conducted, there is a study on my behalf of your chart where I'm kind of just breaking down, where the degrees are, what the aspects are, where the planets are, etc., etc. So then, within the reading, you feel what I'm saying, it's deep, and there's an opportunity for me to cover everything I need to concerning your birth chart. But yeah, if you found this little reading valuable, then you would definitely benefit from getting a fuller reading, and if you are interested, I would be more than happy to help you with that. But yeah, I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I do look forward to hearing from you. And one more thing, if you did appreciate this reading, I would appreciate you if you could write me a review of what I'm saying, a quick review, and you can just put it on my Facebook page, Alright, peace.